of the perils of repeated internet attacks. So we are so we are back on. So no progression aside from the fact that Hermes is down. So I believe we are all good.
Yep, we just had a cohort trigger that we've missed.
And we are back on.
And that is a humanoid that's just been fired. It's going to be a huge amount of tempo for Davs there.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see. Drawing, gaining 3 credits, installing two cards. So drawing 3 cards, installing two, playing one operation,
and gaining 2 credits off all of that as well. It's a big thing to spend the whole turn on.
But it's a good turn. All right.
So we're taking that back.
Okay.
So I was wondering what to install there, because this is now a very big hand with a lot of options in it.
And we've been given a slight time extension. And you can see the upside down time on the clock there because of the stream count because they very kindly paused for us. Right, installing over archives. I think that's the anemone.
Yep, that is generally where an enemy lives against Arco, just to make archives potentially lethal to check, and then installing a new remote.
No operation played, which is an interesting one.
Which is always rough to see off a humanoid fire. Feels bad. Discarding quite a few cards. Now, a new uniced remote, there's not too much that you'd really be threatened by. Expect maybe another cohort, which does need to go down if it's there. So you do need to check this, and it's not really dangerous to check it. Yeah, we're checking the first. It is a bladderwort. I don't think we can afford to trash this.
It's also not a massive threat at the minute because I think those are all. I think there's 2 5 credit tokens and 2 2 credit tokens. So the corp's not exactly short on cash at the minute.
Checking the newest remote, which is another Spin Doctor. So already out 1 Spin Doctor from the game. So the second is now gone as well. Pulling back a face down and perhaps 2 face downs. I think that was. So there is still not much on this board. The egg is threatening. The bladderwort isn't going to be doing much until they res one of the big pieces of ice available to them. And we are installing a twinning. It's getting that down, getting the early multi-axis and trying to end the game quickly.
Yeah, so the run of pressure is slowly mounting. We've got the Hermes, we've got the twinning, we've got the fencer.
Pinning the cohort, which is getting us a twinning counter from the fencer, which is excellent to see. So egg thoroughly diffused and defanged at the moment, but that could easily come back.
Yeah, and they are critically the runner is fairly low on cash.
Yep.
Like the finance gonna help save a lot, but the cash, not so much.
So Muesli Hat generally does have fairly decent ways of getting back into money. Carpe Diem is kind of a classic staple for exactly that reason.
Icing R&D. Still got a remote that's waiting for a FUT, waiting for a oh god, 3
cohort. Cohort going, and that is a FUT that's just been rezzed, I believe.
Regenesis, for some reason that was escaping me right then. We've been streaming for 2 days straight, so card names are a bit difficult.
We're a little manic. Yeah, that is the FUT down, which is on this board state not a huge threat, but there is an unknown card, so technically a Regenesis threat, though I would be very surprised if that is a Regenesis. And having forgotten to play the petty cash from archives at the start of the turn. Very classic mistake.
So we say we're tired, but the players have been through it and are continuing to fight through it.
They do have to think a lot more than we do.
So the corp is back up. Ice drop, FUT's going. 1 pinhole is already gone.
There is a second pinhole in hand, and with that bladderwort, there is actually something of a vulnerability to pinhole.
Yeah, and we saw this a fair bit in the Rotom Appliance game where Richmond Plaza is just using those Blood Awards as gateways to the rest of the servers.
And that is exactly what happened. We were pinholing through the Bladderwort to kill this FUT. And that is a click 2 creative commission to get the money to trash him. That is just how much Augustus wants the FUT down. We are spending 2 clicks to the creative, which is almost never played like that.
Yeah, it's a truly rare one. So I think Davs needs to think about icing this Bladder Wall, because as I said and as we saw in the Rotom game, it can just be a window that just gets exploited over and over again for run events, for pinholes, for so many things. Like icing all the centrals is kind of like, it's not what you want to do, but it's sometimes what you have to do to stop the runner just getting a foothold back in the game.
So we still need to find some threat to present here. I guess it's been very good at taking anything put down just out of the game, but we are really starting to see the effects of that on the runner's economy. Like 2 credits, we do have the fencer, which is going to help, but I don't think you can sustain that level of trashing, especially now there's only going to be 1 pinhole left in your deck. So anything you push now, you can be fairly certain it's going to stick.
Potentially. I mean, yeah, boomerang is a thing, but 2 credits?
2 credits. We are icing the remote that went unchecked last time.
That was a Regenesis.
Ooh,
I just saw a Regenesis push.
Yeah, this is exactly the time to do it. The runner is on low credits. There is 1 boomerang in Augustus's deck, so not a high chance he has it, and just gambling we don't. But even then, Samaxamoon can't be boomeranged. You need to find a Kurapira for that. So this could be a completely safe push from this board state.
Yeah. Might we finally see a Regena? Because a lot of the plays that we've seen so far in the top cut have been characterized by trying to push a Regenesis and the runner finding a way to defuse it.
And FUT is back, and we have another install as well. So this is a really strong Regenesis play if it sticks.
So strong for the runner at this point. The runner is poor. So this is looking so strong for the corp at this point. The runner is poor. There's a Regenesis play about to go. FUT's ticking. Like these are all things you want to see as a corp.
Yeah, this is exactly it, and I do think it's going to be very hard for Augustus to challenge this. We might be able to get into archives and force some kind of either the final spin or a moonpool res out of it, but it's going to be so taxing to do that.
Yeah, for sure. So
it doesn't look like there's any tools in hand. We're seeing Chesva, we're seeing run events, we're seeing a creative commission, but none of those are actually going to get you in to diffuse these threats.
No, really tough for the runner, and Augustus going right into the tank trying to drawing to try and find some answers. It's a Sankath still drawing again.
Oof, and playing the creative commission. We're going to have to discard some after this. Yeah, power drawing for answers and just nothing there.
I think we're going to see a Regenesis score into a FUT.
And 2 damage off the FUT. That's going to be nasty. So taking a Bladder Walk credit, mandatory draw. Is this going to be advance?
Turn 1 draw.
No, click 1 draw. We are holding it. It might not have a Fuji, or thinking we can push this longer to get a better agenda than what's in archives. Double icing HQ, double icing R&D.
Yep, I guess if you're pretty confident that the runner's not going to be able to get anywhere near that remote anytime soon, and they still have to deal with this FUT.
Arguably, you can just say, well, I'm going to wait till FUT gets 3 counters. I think we're safe, and I'll greed this out. So very much respect from Akko there.
Will that come back to bite? Well, we'll find out in a minute, won't we? Oh, this is
We're just going to see another turn of just power drawing. 2 ice on both centrals. We're just going to struggle to actually turn those run events into any value. Finding a Bravado on the top of R&D, deciding whether it goes on the bottom compared to the other thing. Bravado is going to the bottom. So something else pulled to hand there, very apparently more useful than a Bravado on this board state. We are running the uniced unknown remote. And we see that is a moon pool.
Oh, okay.
So firing the moon pool, trashing I think 1 card from hand. Oh, trashing 2 from HQ apparently.
Yep. I mean, I'm assuming one of those is a Fuji.
And we are not firing the moon pool, so we are just putting agendas into archives for the Regenesis push.
Yeah. And this is real rough because if that is a Fuji, then you just can't touch it at the minute because if that's a bladderwort, then then it doesn't matter if you've
an enemy into Fuji Fut here is just lethal. There is very little
anemone, not bladderwort.
There we go.
Brain.
Long day.
long day. So that would be a real problem. It would put you on 6 points. So if you think you can.
We are just getting the Mystic for the last click, so we are definitely going to see the Regenesis here, and I think the reason we didn't see it last time is we just didn't have it in archives.
Possibly.
There's the Regenesis, and it is the Fuji we just knocked into.
And the Fuji, and the threat.
3 damage, and this is going to be all of the egg counters now. So we're at measured response level, and there are 2 measures in this deck, which is going to be a really, really difficult thing for Augustus to play around with this much ice, and this much expensive ice as well. There's Bottos, there's Lion's Mane. It's going to be tough to get through that and not leave yourself open to measured. There's a Chesva transfer and Kurapira.
Losing Kurapira is so painful. Because this corp is running Samaxamun, I believe?
It's running 1 Samaxamun, I believe,
Okay.
and so finding boomerangs will get you through the Bottos if you're willing to take the 2 net damage, but Samaxamun, 3 damage if you want to get past that, and if you boomerang it before we reveal it, it is a wasted boomerang.
That is painful. That is painful. So, corp up to 4 points. Runner on 3. That's a lot to play for here.
Yeah, it's definitely still possible for the run to bring this back, but it's going to be a lot of work. The Hermes did bounce the Fut ice, so it looks like we're probably going to be trashing Fut this turn. We have a fully loaded fencer ready to eat him, so that'll be pretty good for Augustus. So at least there is some benefit that Fut is not going to stick around. Still just power drawing.
We got some money, so I think we can safely do this without inviting the wrath of measured.
Mm-hmm.
Which the runner now has to play around. The rest of the servers are all very iced up though, so I think this is going to be a tough.
You need to find breakers. There's too much ice in this that you can't afford to face check. You can eat an enemy once or twice, but hitting face first into a Lion's Mane is. Ugh. It probably won't kill you, but the tempo loss is just ridiculous.
Trashing the Fut.
Yep, goes down and passing it back, I believe. So, very happy that you got that Fut trash, but I also think the corp's fine of losing that to score 4 points.
Well, yeah, but the question is how does the corp close from here? So interestingly didn't play anything to bring them over 8 credits, and I think they've got 4 cards in hand.
Yes. Oh, first measure comes down. Is this it? Have we found the second?
I think so.
Or is this just a tempo? Apparently we was just... Yep, second measured, and that's just game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Potentially leaving that Fut there as bait for the double measured is...
Yeah.
I mean, this is just how Alco goes.
That was so painful. Let me just swing on back to the interview.
So that is now Dav's going through to the finals.
Yeah, so if we have a look at our Cobra, so that was... Oh, I think we've already got the report. So yeah, it's so the grand finals. Oh, we don't. It's at least. So we just had Davs versus Augustus, and Davs is going on through.
So
to
this
the
is going to be a rematch. We saw Davs versus Avlici earlier.
Yes, and I believe
with Avlici beating Davs's Alco with
yes, and I'm not entirely sure which side they're going to play first. But I think it might
side by side bias or random chance. So we'll see. This could be a complete rematch, or it could be a inverse, where we see Davs into Avlici's combo PD.
Oh, it's going to be an exciting final.
It's going to be a tight one.
So we're going to take a very short break to rehydrate, re-energize, and we will be back shortly with
the finals,
the grand final of EMEA Continentals 2026. See you soon. we're up.
Oh.
Hello, and welcome back to the grand finals of the EMEA 2026 Netrunner Championship. So we're just setting up for the final. So we thought we'd have a quick look through the list. These two great lists that have made it all the way through to the finals. So this is confirmed.
This is our confirmed pairings, I believe.
Okay, so we're going to have Hasby and Byroid Athlesi coming from the upper bracket, so needs to win one game. Davs coming from the lower bracket needs to win 2, and the first match is going to be the Athlesi's High Speed Rail HB Precision Design versus Davs' Abomination. His words, not mine. On Mercury.
Now, we did see Abomination earlier absolutely just take apart a knob with Hermes Fire and just the innate Central's pressure. But this is into Combo PD, which is going to be a very different matchup. Combo PD, a 40-card deck, which means we only have 6 agendas, which is very, very low density. So Mercury, while seeing a lot of cards, is going to get very few hits. But this is a combo deck. It's intending to use Flood the Market to build a bunch of remotes, then score an agenda for 2 clicks, or even 1 click using Synchro Cyclotron.
Yeah, so we've got scatter fields, we've got drafters, lots of cheap, lots of ice that you want to put on once on the remote and nothing else, and then just go as far across the board as you possibly can. Play your fully operationals. Play. Interestingly, they've got nano to close top down solutions, which I believe lets you install 2 cards.
Yeah, it's a draw 2, install 2 for 2 credits, which is very strong when you're trying to build this many remotes at once.
Top down solutions, just there, all the little robots sitting on the crane.
I love the art.
It's good art. It's really good art. So they're going to be the corp is trying to go wide, but the runner is trying to be aggressive and. Okay, we just need to get the names updated. Have we had these names wrong the whole time?
I think we may. I am not AMS. I'm sorry.
We're professionals. It is Komodo and Extract here. Apologies. We've updated it now, so it should be all
We're
correct.
fixed.
So yes, so the corp trying to go wide, but the runner saying, you may want to go wide.
Yeah.
You may want to go across the board, but if you don't look after your centrals, I'm going to be getting multi-accesses. I'm going to be using Pretty Mary de Silva. I'm going to be using Devadatta drones and all the rest of it to attack your to attack your centrals, to attack your R&D, to attack your HQ, and then one of the 3 Hermes is going to come down, and then you are in a real world of
Hermes especially very good into combo, just because when you score an agenda, you are going to lose one of your remotes, which means it's going to be much harder to actually score the second agenda in the turn that you want to. I think this is going to be quite a fast game. It's going to be really interesting to see whether PD actually decides to bother icing centrals, or we're just going to see 2 decks just trying to outrush each other.
Yeah, so let's have a quick peek.
They're still setting
up on the board. That's absolutely fine. We can absolutely keep talking about that.
I think what's one interesting is that we've spent influence on a tree line here, potentially just as a fairly cheap barrier in the run. It is a bit of a strange choice, I feel like.
Yeah. So we're using the tree line to advance here because
there is no advance. I think we are just using it as a basic end the run gear check.
Interesting.
Which, I don't know, I feel like you are paying an influence for a Palisade here. Because you're not really going for Central's Ice.
Yeah, your tree line's not going to go on Centrals. I mean, you've got Scatterfield, which is a Code Gate.
Code Gate, yep, which is basically remote, not remotely, but as long as there's a single ice, Scatterfield has 4 strength. Yep,
you've got a Bladed Barrier, which is a cheap,
very cheap
2/1 barrier, and you've got Drafter and Drafter as Sentry. So I think what Treeline is filling here is it's filling the gap of saying, yeah, you can't get through with a cheap
it is at least a somewhat expensive piece of ice. Generally, most of the ice in this deck is designed to be tempo positive. Ablative Barrier after threat free lets you install a card, which is really good for PD's game plan here of just keeping the remote iced. If you run a remote to trash something, Ablative Barrier, well, there's something else somewhere else you now have to trash, and that's net 0 for the runner, essentially.
Exactly.
Same with Scatterfield. A face check on Scatterfield or Drafter gives the corp a lot of tempo here.
Yeah, so this is... So this is going to so the corp. So you need to be careful. You have to keep on the corp, because if you let the corp get ice asset, then these flood the markets, and these fully operationals are just going to hit like a truck.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, because usually Combo PD does not even bother icing centrals. It relies on the fact that centrals are protected by just how unlikely it is to lose an agenda from it. The density is so low that you're not going to pick anything up from singles. Mercury isn't getting singles, so it might be that we see Combo PD start actually trying to protect centrals in some way.
I think they're going to have to, because otherwise they're going to get hit with the transfer of wealth, the Devadatta drones, compilation, sweeping the hand, and just cascading those bounces into more and more.
Now there is something potentially quite funny that could happen here, which is just Mercury's on 2 cupillations, and if you cut both flood the markets, this deck does not function.
Oh, that is gross. I mean, they have got a nano.
They have a nano, but you can't nano into a 5/3.
You can't. So that will do some smoothing. I've just noticed, very cheeky
Maintenance access.
I'm just gonna load that card up, because that's a rare spot these days. Let's have a look at the maintenance access. So this very much an event-based version of Sneak Door Beta, which allows you to go from archives into HQ, and then that'll just let you sneak in, maybe steal some of those agendas out, because bear in mind this deck is going to be trying to draw a lot, so it will end up with agendas in HQ whether it wants it to or not. So Corp is going to have a very tough balancing act to work through on this, to make sure that they don't neglect their centrals and then get picked apart by the raw power of Mercury and Hermes and all the other centrals pressure they've got, whilst also trying to build out in the remote, so they've actually got threats that the runner has to respect.
Yeah, and Mercury is going to probably struggle to deal with this kind of this kind of asset.
Okay, so I think we are just
We
setting
believe
up.
we have a few minutes of deck checking while setting up, but we'll be starting shortly after that.
Yeah, we'll swap over to the match feed, so that we can make sure cameras are aligned. Let me just message.
Oh, you're in a new chat.
Just messaging them.
Yeah.
Yep, they're moving the mats down.
Perfect.
Perfect. Let me just double check that. Yep, that's perfect. We can see them. Let's head over to chat. Chat, can we get confirmation that everything looking good on your side?
So it looks like 3 minutes of deck checking has just started, or ended. We have the deck list in front of you on paper. Yeah, I am expecting this to be a very fast game.
Oh, we should take off the agenda points from the last
Yes.
game. Oh, there's
Oh, yeah, we need to swap the names as well.
Yes, so on the left we have
This is Davs
Davs
into Afflici.
to Athletic. And Athletic is on PD, has Spyroid, and Davs is on Criminal. So it's either going to be PD or Egg winning.
Yep,
winning this
PD or
Continental.
Egg.
Ob is out.
If Davs wins this round, we have to go to the rematch of the Vampire Lou versus Egg we saw earlier, which I believe went down to just some really bad flood. So I think Davs definitely wanting to get revenge for that round.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that's set up there. That's set up there. We're just doing deck counts, deck
Starting shortly.
deck checks. Let me just check. exciting times.
Exciting game.
I'm very excited. It's been a couple of days. Lots of Netrun has been played in the run up to this, and I'm just so excited.
Yeah, we're almost there. We're gonna see who is the champion of the EMEA cons here, and both of these quite prolific players have literally been popping up in quite a few tournaments this year, doing very well. And Davs, of course, simultaneously, quite frequently regarded as just fantastic player, constantly in almost every top cut. I feel like I see his name quite a lot.
Yeah, no, definitely. These are both incredibly accomplished players. They've done so well to get this far, and we see the final shuffles, the final cuts, and I believe we are
off we go.
Round has started. And as a reminder, it is untimed going into these final rounds, so the players will be thinking very carefully, pushing their brains to the absolute limit.
Alright, so
expect to see measured plays, nice and careful, and making sure that they are playing to their absolute peak all the way through this tournament.
I do see the Copulation in hand, which is probably one of the most important cards in the Mercury deck here, so we're probably going to get that down and threaten it quite soon. As soon as we get to that. And there's also a transfer as well, which is kind of exactly what you want to see early. So just drawing from...
So both keeping their opening hands. Show of strength?
Show of strength, usually. Or show of cowardice, I think. You can always gamble for better.
Okay, so let's see what these players can do. Icing HQ, creating their first new remote, and leaving R&D open.
But we are respecting the transfer. And that is an ablative res immediately, which is great to see early because it's not getting its threat text fire.
So ablative being only fires from threat 4 and brings back something from the bin. There is nothing in the bin, and it's not threat 4. So diffusing that early, because the corp's probably not going to cycle that round, is likely a very good move.
Of course, it is going to be difficult for Mercury to gain the tools to get through that. The only real things in the deck that will get past that is the 3 copies of Malandragem, which you may want to just be saved for centrals. So this is probably the problem. Like, Mercury is going to really struggle to contest a lot of these assets if they are iced, because you have so few resources, and Malandragem is 4 credits to install. That is not money Mercury finds easy to get.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to continue to think. We've played a short gamble, so we're in the money. Ideally, I think they're looking for a Hermes here, so they can start contesting because stealing agendas is good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you want to steal them with tempo.
Hermes is absolutely so important because of it slows down the combo turn by at least a click. We are just playing transfer. Going to try and force this ice res here. See what it is. And yeah, it's a Scatterfield. So we are going to get an install of the Scatterfield fire. But the corp down to 3 credits.
Further building up that board.
Oh, down to 0 credits. So that is a very good transfer.
You really want to be on 1 so you can let humanoid resources fire, but
humanoid or the fully op.
Yeah.
And we are just installing a daily casts, taking money back. So we're pretty happy with the early, little bit of early disruption. PD is going to have to at least click for 1 credit before pulling back, but an install can just get a small fully op, which can really bring money back into the game. Yeah.
So just okay. So getting a spin dough out. You want that money? I mean, a single fully up would change the tempo of this game a fair bit. But I think the corp's going to be pushing for a bit more than just a standard 2-hit fully up.
And it's a double predictive for money, so we are immediately right back in it.
Yep. Excellent. New remote. Going to see that a few times.
Yep. So this seems very good setup for PD now. Like, we have money, we already have the starter remote.
Oh, I think I see a Hermes in hand.
Ooh, Pinhole comes down. And it's a humanoid. Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, so that Scatterfield res did prevent the humanoid fire, which is going to be fantastic.
Oh, you hate to see that.
So much tempo lost there.
Yeah, because a humanoid here would have just absolutely set the corp up to go. But not to be.
Synchro Cyclotron, so we're going to play a corporate hospitality here, which is going to probably pull that humanoid resources back from the deck.
So corporate hospitality, There are a few cards with the word corporate in them. Corporate hospitality. Oh, that's ablative. Corporate hospitality. Being a it's a double, but the singular cyclotron helps that a lot. Six credits. And draw two cards and adding one card from archives into HQ. So all that power in a single card.
Yep, and we
or
are
a single click of a card.
single click, yeah, thanks to Synchro. And because Corporate Hospitality does gain us money, we essentially only spent 1 credit to res that Synchro and play the Corporate Hospitality. So we've gotten draw, we have the humanoid back, and I expect we're going to see that jammed shortly.
Yeah, I think you have to, right?
Hermes does come
Hermes is
down, and we are running R&D. We're going to see 2 cards.
No.
First stays. Second also stays. Yeah, very unlikely to actually see a hit off Centrals here, even with Mercury's extra accesses.
Yeah, but you got to apply that pressure because a single Hermes bounce can change the entire tempo of the game.
If you're seeing 2 cards off R&D every single turn, that is really going to put pressure on the Corp.
Yep.
And second Corporate Hospitality for a single clip comes down. That is... The main reason Corporate Hospitality is difficult to play is because of the fact that it's a double. Having a Synchro down early and getting both of these gone is so useful.
And the gross thing, the absolute gross thing about corporate hospitality is you can keep cycling.
We're doing a top-down solutions. Or are we?
Oh, okay, having a think.
We did apparently just draw a fully op, so top-down is going to combo with that fully op very nicely. Oh, we are taking back...
Corporate hospitality.
Yep, we are taking the Corporate Hospitality back.
Yep, and they can just keep cycling each other back, which is going to gain you so much money and draw you so many cards. Ravenna needs to contest this single cyclotron, otherwise they're going to be in a really tough spot.
Yep. So top down has been played, I think.
Yep.
So we're deciding what to install here. So 2 install, 2 draws. So icing R&D and also getting something behind that ablative barrier. And we know there's 2 fully ops in hand, which is kind of exactly what you want. You already built 2 remotes, so we're probably going to find it easy to get a third up.
Yep, we see another new remote.
So yeah, this one turn we have done so much thanks to the Synchro. We've installed 3 cards essentially, we've returned something from the bin.
Yeah, it turns out playing doubles for single prices is pretty solid.
The click compression here is... Those clicks are compressed. They're very flat.
So yeah, so Runner in a bit of a tough spot at the minute. I mean, they have got maintenance access to get into...
Playing Steel Skin just for draw.
Okay.
Drawing into 2 Estabratos, I think.
Yep, and it's looking... The Estabratos are nice.
Cupulation comes down, so we're maybe hoping to cup one of the important operations. But we're going to have to produce some way of actually getting into the centrals, and we can't use an Estabrado for 2 accesses. We want to find more T accesses before we do that.
You want your Devadatta drones, you want your Pretty Mary de Silva, and we're seeing a humanoid.
Yep, that humanoid is back.
This is huge.
And even more servers are going to come from this, and we're probably going to see a fully op fire off the humanoid for more cards, more credits.
Gross.
This is very much the high roll for PD, and Mercury is going to struggle so much to actually deal with any of these assets.
Oh, that is
I am being told, however, there are 2 sender messages in hand, so a HQ sweep could very much reverse those fortunes.
We'll see. So, yep, install.
And the third Corporate Hospitality. 3 one-click Corporate Hospitalities.
Over and over again. Oh, this is going to be...
I guess we're wondering what we're going to pull back from this now. Possibly humanoid. I won't be surprised to see top down come back. Which top down is coming back, which is going to... It looks like we are going to be seeing comboing very shortly, because this is a very dangerous board state.
Yeah, tightening, and the Corp absolutely tightening their grip on this game. They have, this is going to be really tough for the runner to pull back from, because they're just not keeping up the tempo.
Yeah, we already down 1 pinhole. I think there's only 2 in the deck. Cupulation is going to help, but it's going to require you finding exactly the right card, of which there's 2 in the Corp's deck, so you need to find both of them. You can't just take the single one. previous Flood the Market combo decks were only running a single Flood the Market, which made them even more vulnerable to cup if you happen to find them. This one is fairly immune to that kind of nonsense.
Let me see.
Scouting to hand size. We do have a nano management in hand as well, so
Yeah. So there is combo potential here.
popping spin.
Yeah, running Spin Doctor, forcing him to pop. Or running Archives, maybe?
Running archives, yep.
Running
So
Archive.
forcing, presumably those 2 sender messages have been binned. And seeing another corporate hospitality.
This
Cool.
is rough.
So yeah, I think Mercury even needs to find... Well, there isn't really much Mercury can do about this level of assets, so it might just be find as much multi-access as possible. We are playing an Estebrado as well, so we are just going to see 2 cards here. That is the level of desperate we're in.
I mean,
Hoping for a
Steel
Hermes bounce.
yeah, Steel could change everything here. Like as soon as those.
Checking HQ.
Let me see.
A Flood the Market, that is almost certainly going to be cupped, surely.
Surely.
We are thinking about it.
Surely you cup this. It just takes away their combo straight away.
It is probably the most important card in their deck. Of course, there is a second one, but they do have to find the second one. And with fully ops they can, but if it's on the bottom of the deck, that will take them a long time to get there.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're cutting their game plan in half at that point, so surely you cut this.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything else in this list we're hoping to find in HQ from this run? I don't think so. Nothing else comes to mind of being worth cupping. Maybe a fully operational, but the Corp has credits. They need the draw, certainly, but I don't know, Flood seems like it's probably one of the better options to cup. And with the amount of cards that you're going to be seeing in hand and in Centrals, you might not likely be seeing another one again.
Yeah, so the runner having a real think about this.
Looking at the bin.
I mean, yeah, take your time. Take your time. You're in an untimed finals.
Untimed final.
So you can absolutely take your time, consider your options, weigh it up, and because you want to play optimally.
Yep, we are cupping that Flood.
Cupping it. Yep.
Which is fantastic. We still get another access as well. And it's nano management.
Okay.
Which, yeah. No, cupping that Flood is very big. The Corp might have a second one, but it's going to take a while to find it if they don't.
I mean, it's a small deck. It's PD and PD, only 44 cards. But, yeah, I mean, that's...
You're not sad about that, I don't think.
I think you're very sad as the Corp, but you're not sad as the runner.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Corp consider installing agendas in remotes now. There's a decent chance they are much safer in there, just given how much harder it is for Mercury to get there. Basically, you need Malandragums to get in, and Mercury's not presenting those. We've got a backstitching, we can assume there's more Estebrados around, but you need to install Malandragum to get there. So, installing behind an ablative barrier, that sender message is going to be safer than it is anywhere else in the deck.
So we're
Playing the fully op. So we're getting 4 decisions here for
presumably just digging for the other for the other Flood here.
Digging for the rest of our combo pieces. And top-down solutions next.
Okay, interesting. Did they find the Flood?
Possibly. We saw 2 draws and 6 credits off that Flood. So off that fully op. So it seems likely we found what we were looking for on the first draw.
Yeah. Interesting.
So we're going to get to build another remote here. It's going to make fully op even stronger. And also, it is at the point where we can start threatening comboing off.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This is... So 4 remotes. Fully ops are 5 decisions now, and your Floods are 4 advancement?
Yep, exactly. So we are resing wage workers, so we're getting even more clicks now. Which we need 1 more operation, which is another fully op, and we get a 4th click back from the wage workers. So we're going to be getting even more money, even more draw. So that's 1 draw. So we're getting 5 decisions off this fully op. This turn is so big.
Yeah, this is definitely pushing the corporate.
Taking two cards and 8 credits. We're basically set for money now. We can afford to play all that nano mentions we want.
Yeah.
And then a final installing a new ice.
We're going off the board.
There we go. slowly obscuring the Leafy beneath the servers.
Oh, this is not what you want to see.
No, we haven't found any of our multi-access to actually fatten HQ here.
Mark on archive, so that backstitching
That is not what you want.
That backstitching is doing literally nothing at the minute.
We do have a drones in hand, but no way to get into R&D to actually exploit them.
So this is definitely a threatening board state, but I mean, I'm assuming the Corp has found the flood. If they haven't found the flood, then they're in a real world of harbour. Like, why weren't they drawing for it? Or are they scared about overdrawing?
Quite possibly. Now, I feel like next turn is likely when we're going to start seeing scoring. I'm not quite sure how many points the Corp can get off this board state. It depends what assets are in those unresed remotes. If there's a powers that be, scoring EMEA's city can easily tax into 6 points. I think the nano management and wage workers, there might even be a potential to score 9 in one turn.
Well, we shall see. We shall sit and see. It's all going to be dependent on that flood the market being in the Corp's hand.
How much is the cup going to have helped? We are still on the drones.
Devastated drones.
Are we going to face check? Because a drafter here basically loses you the game on the spot. No face check. We're going straight back to the Corp.
19 credits on the Corp side.
So we are rezzing a spin doctor. So we are drawing. We're looking for the pieces. I don't know if I see it in hand. Nano management.
Okay, we're doing
so we've got
something.
4 clicks.
We're doing something.
So we are trying to score something out here. There is a send a message in hand.
And there's a wage workers in the upper right corner there.
So first of 4 clicks is installing.
Install.
Flood the market. It's there. So that's another operation played.
It's 2 operations.
Rezzing powers that be.
Yep.
So we're definitely getting 3 points. We're almost certainly getting 6. Can we get 9? So we're going to get a Melia City line scored, which gives us an extra click.
Yep.
Powers is going to install something as well, which means we will have, I think, 3 clicks remaining, which is going to be enough to fire the Flood the Market again.
Flood the Market comes back.
And if we have another train, I think we can justify scoring 9 points here.
I think it's looking reasonable, so there's going to be a rush up.
Oh, but we do have the Hermes bounce, which is going to really throw a wrench into this combo. It is going to tax the Corp an extra click. It might make it impossible for the 9-point score, but we're almost certainly, even with that, we can still score another, I believe. If my click maths are right, which they might not be. Yeah, thinking hard about what to bounce here. We are bouncing the ice on the new remote, which is immediately reinstalled. 2 clicks left, so we will be able to flood again. Yep, there it is. Which should give us a wage workers click.
God, this is a complex combination.
So we have 1 click left. If this is a train, which it is, we have 2 clicks remaining. Hermes is going to get a bounce, so I don't think we're going to be able to score this turn, unless there's another nano management in hand. But I think there's only 1 in the deck.
Yeah. And could they not score a 3-pointer?
There are no 3 points, and there it is. That's the 9-point score.
Oh, that is the 9-point score. So that puts us all the way up. So Athlisi has won coming from the winners bracket. Only needed that 1 win and is all the way through and won.
That is very, very cleaning play. That is exactly what Combo PD is trying to do, and against Mercury here, who just couldn't set up quickly enough, couldn't find the multi-axis, couldn't apply that pressure. Whew.
Yeah.
Combo PD is a scary deck. Even with the red level clearance ban, it is still clearly doing work.
Oh, that's just so much wonderful work that's this combo deck, and it's actually the first time I've seen this combo go off. So it's wonderful, wonderful to see, and it's been well earned from Athlisi. So Athlisi is the EMEA 2026 champion. Let's go back to the interview in Cam for just a second. How are we doing, chat? Are we all excited? What a final!
What a combo to end on.
I know, right? There's gonna have to be some ban lists coming out of this.
We'll see. It's hard to see if Combo PD can be hit any harder, or if it even needs to be. If this this is a matchup where Mercury wasn't really able to contest those assets, and thus Combo PD was just allowed to do what it just wants to do without any real threat to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think what we will try and do is we are going to take a quick break because we're going to go to celebrations, and we'll try and see if Athletes wants to
potentially we'll have an interview,
and then we'll see what we can do from there. So stick around. We shall be back for some post finals content.
Yeah, see you shortly.
Hello, and we are back in with Athletes. I'll just adjust myself slightly, so I'm just out of frame. We are back with Athletes.
All squeezed into frame, but congratulations! Like, how are you feeling?
Thank you. Oh, it's unreal. I am hugely gratified. This is beyond my wildest expectation. Like,
you've done so well. So it's been 10 rounds of Swiss.
Yeah.
Then through to the top cut where you went undefeated.
Yeah, the easiest path to.
You say easy.
No,
going undefeated against
the least tiring path, perhaps.
For sure.
Definitely.
If you lose in Top Cut, you have to play so much harder.
You do. So let's see if we can load up your decks on here.
You are still on combo, filling the RLC ban, and clearly a good decision. But what made you to stick with that? Because a lot of people have dropped it.
Well, I wanted to prove that RLC didn't touch my version. I think a lot of people have come around to playing Corporate Hospitality. I would like to claim that as my personal contribution.
Yes,
and those Corporate Hospitalities were doing so much.
The
for you
early
in that
synchro cyclotron firing into
like
3 in the first few turns was
disgusting.
insane.
If you get 2 clicks, 2 draws and 2 credits for 1 click, that's already pretty amazing. But then you still get another card back from archives.
When you were comboing it with the Wage Works, it was filthy. I'm going to be honest.
yeah. I'm looking forward to watching that replay because that's a very unlikely line.
It seemed like you kind of. We saw the Flood the Market get couplated, and we thought, that is a very decent chance. It's going to be really hard.
Yeah,
for you,
I was trying to keep the poker face because that was so bad. And then I top decked the Flood the Market right after.
On the first fully operational draw.
Because we were seeing you not draw very many cards when maybe you already have it. Because if you don't have it, should you be paying like 8 draws to find it here from the flops?
I've been hugely lucky throughout the tournament, and that was part of it. Like I had below average agendas in the beginning, so there was nothing for him to steal. And then I got exactly the cards I needed for the
excellent.
score.
That's Netrunner. It's taking what the deck is giving you and making the best meal you can with it. So absolutely well done. So I thought we'd just have a quick look through your deck list.
I'm sure. My list,
where is your?
That's my
that is
list,
Dabs' mark on the other side. If we go to standings, I think it will be able to show. It's not updated just yet.
It's not updated.
But we know you are on the Vampire Louvre version. So why don't you tell us a bit about that?
So there's the original deck list is Omnivore by Sampurnis. And I started building on that, I guess for Star of Megacity season. And it's been doing really well. Like, you have decent matchups into Orb, you have decent matchup into Auko, you get a good matchup into my own deck, as I found out against Man in the Moon, who's also on that list. And then you lose to Nebula, you lose to Nuvem, but I didn't get to a single matchup of that.
Yeah, too. There was a fair amount of Nuveng and Nebula in the competition, but not enough to make that much of a dent.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're just struggling to find a way to get your runner list.
At least not on the stream,
Um,
unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we actually,
You
I
can
have
go
an
to
idea.
round-
If we go
yeah.
to the pairings from earlier rounds,
Oh, yes.
Exactly.
There we go.
where we go, probably round 4, maybe. Here we go. So on the right
There we
here
go.
is your
Yeah.
deck.
Perfect, imperfect.
Yeah, so it's a bit fat. I am at 51.
Well,
That's
51
not
card.
correct, but I can never cut a card. It's,
I mean, it's really hard to cut cards. You just love
Yeah.
all of them, and like
exactly. Like,
I find with Vampire, it tends to be okay at bigger deck numbers.
yeah.
Mm,
For every card, I have a moment where I think, oh, that was really useful there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'd
mean,
like to keep that.
there's a lot of nice little tricks in here. You've got your cookbooks. You've got your orderies. You've got your solidarity and badges, and they're all just kind of coming together to cook up a really
Yeah.
aggressive deck, which
It's-
we just love to see.
Yeah, you get to treasure a lot of assets.
It's a really fun deck to play, just sort of moving Botchus's around, just pulling chisels out of the Eve with the trash ice. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm kind of really glad it's won this. It's one of my
yeah.
favourites.
I mean, it's basically a Shaper Loo, right? I mean,
Yeah.
all